Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Live by Design with Grace Kariuki. Today I want to talk to us about how to fix or things you can do to fix the broken communication in your relationship. When couples come to me, they tell me their biggest problem is misunderstanding. And when they tell me that, I realize that either it's going to be a lack of skills or it is going to be the clash of their personalities, their perceptions, their value system. And so now we have to kind of look at how can you still have a meaningful relationship even when you are so different in the way that you perceive things and in the way that you believe about life. So number one, kindness. Be kind to one another. Allow yourself to think about what you're going to see and to say and how you say it, how your partner is going to experience it. So stop name calling. Don't be mean. Practice kindness. Number two, you want to be gracious. Now, when we talk about the term grace, we always say it's being given unmerited favor. You are given something that you are not worthy of. And so let's try in our communication, in the way that we interact with each other, to be gracious to one another, to give each other even when we don't deserve that gift that we are giving. So it's the gift of listening, it's the gift of respect, it's the gift of kindness and empathy. And talking of empathy, you want to walk in the shoes of the person that you are communicating with. So what are they thinking? Where are they as far as being able to listen to you and watching their body language? Do you mirror? There are people who mirror other people's body language. So if I'm talking to you and I see that you have looked down instead of staying with me, I stop communicating with you about what I was saying and I start communicating to you about your body language. And there we lose the process of communication, the kindness, because now I accuse you. You're not looking at me. You're not listening to me. And so we want to also understand where the other person is coming from. I always say, if you are going to communicate effectively, you need to have interest in where a person is. And one of the ways you can do that, if you want to communicate about a serious situation that you need feedback from, it's always good and respectful to ask the other person, are you in a position for us to talk about this particular issue? And then the other thing you want to do is to make sure that you do not take people for granted. Don't just think because somebody is seated over there, they are free to be able to listen to you. You can always show respect and saying, I have something in my mind, especially when what you need to communicate is something that is important to you and it's serious. You want to sit and ask, is it a good time for me to run something by you? And then allow the other person to give you feedback. And if they are not available at that point, you, the other person, needs to say, I can't do it right now, but I could do it at a certain time. It shows respect, and it also helps the other person know that you're not ignoring them. The other thing, celebrate what is good about the person that you are communicating with. So sometimes we become so negative about people that even when they talk, we cannot separate how we feel negatively towards them and the person who is standing in front of us at this particular moment. And usually that is rooted in resentment. So you have hurt me in the past, I stopped trusting you, and I stopped feeling close to you and safe with you. So I'm always on defense, and sometimes I'm not even serious about listening to you. I have no interest. So if you can learn how to celebrate the good things about the person you're communicating with, it can neutralize the blaming, the counter-blaming, the negativity, the negative perception that you have towards that other person. This is a big one. Live in the present. Don't bring all the baggage from yesterday and yesteryears and bring them to the present, because then that is what we call background noise, barriers of communication, because there is too much baggage that you bring in. And how do couples do that? Is that we start talking about a situation right now, and I bring up, because I'm feeling attacked and I still have some things we have not resolved, so I bring up the past, and so we are not going to be able to have a good communication process right there. So try to stay in the present and avoid bringing up things that are in the past. Now, if you find that yourselves, you keep bringing up stuff from the past, that tells you that you have things you haven't resolved, and you need to do a process of resolving old hurts and old pains so you can be able to deal with your spouse in the present time, not in the past. And so I hope these tips help you, and you can be able to begin that process of developing an effective communication style. And I want to encourage you to subscribe if you haven't, and also reach out to me. My phone number is on the screen. I would love to take you through a process of improving your communication styles and your communication process, and even getting to know what kind of a communicator you are. Until I see you next time, continue to live by design.